Hi everyone, welcome back to my Happy Home Paradise DLC. This is part 12. In the last episode, we invited Zell and Marina to their new vacation house and made some progress in the storyline. We are right now in a place where Niko is kind of building some scaffoldings for a huge party that we are gonna soon have. We also have some updates on soundscapes where we have gotten some newer ones, which I think is super cool. Definitely helpful if you do want to have a theme for your house. I also got to know that you can go ahead and invite animals that are present inside different facilities. In this case, I did invite both Zell and Marina from the restaurant. Either way, this is a new day, and if you might have seen my messy hair, I did actually make some changes in the timeline for this game. I think I was around 2 to 3 months behind, so I made sure that my switch is on the right date. So we are, I think, in August right now for this switch. That I think is a really good time for me to play this game. It will give me around 1 month to go ahead and time travel forwards to make sure that I do get some certain items. As it's a new day, I am ready to work once more, so let's quickly make our way to the island. As usual, it is nice to see Niko every single day, just like how we see Isabel. And it seems like we do have to once again go to the office and talk to Lottie. But before that, I definitely want to check out all of the animals that are here on the beach. Ooh, we do have Cherry, who I did at one point have on my island. She does have an interesting house with all the furnitures, wallpapers being in red color. Anyway, I think it will definitely be surprising if her idea turns out to be red color for her vacation house. Ooh, we also have Bob, which is really nice. I always had Bob on my island regardless of how many times I resetted it. I think this is the first island where I didn't really have him, so maybe I'll be able to go ahead and invite him, give him a vacation house in the DLC. As for the message portal, here it is. It seems like we only seem to get wine or glowing moss DIY recipes here on the island, which is good and bad. Good because I'm getting a couple of new DIY recipes. Bad because I was really hoping to get other DIY recipes other than these two. Either way, at least it does help me. Now, before I head back to the office, I definitely want to check out the cafe to see if there are any new animals hanging out here. I mean, after all, we did see a couple of them in the restaurant, so I'm hoping there are some here as well. Here we are. Alright, seems like we do have a couple of newer animals here as well. Nobody really interesting as much as Bob and Cherry, so I think I'll go ahead and talk to them in today's episode. There was also a couple of animals that I did miss in the last episode, who I really wanted to invite. Unfortunately, I did actually move the game forward, so hopefully we will actually meet them at some point. Let me quickly check out the restaurant as well. Alright. As usual, it does take some time to load, but seems like we do have a couple of interesting animals here. Although the space in this restaurant isn't really enough, I might have to come back and redesign this one. But for now, we are just gonna go ahead, talk to a couple of these ones. But I think it's time for me to go ahead and go back to the office. So here we are. We did get greeted by Lottie, but before I talk to her, let me quickly check out all of these furnitures. I think I do have most of them other than this one, so I'm gonna quickly buy it. I also realized that I haven't really been buying that many items from Wardell, which is something I definitely have to do in order to have him open up his shop. Let me know in the comment section if that is something you have already done and how many days did it actually take for him to open up the shop. It is definitely something I'm looking out for. I've also just gone ahead and checked out the ABD machine to make sure that I do get the amount of bells for today. We do get around 45,000 bells if we do have a really good exchange rate. But other than that, everything else seems the same. I also decided to go ahead and deposit a couple of Poki, although I'm really not sure how it's gonna help us. But we are gonna keep it right there. Now that we have done the normal usual stuff, I'm gonna quickly go ahead and talk to our animals. Here we are on the beach. It seems like Cherry wants smoothies. At least it is not about red color, so I guess I could actually entertain her. I do have to say, smoothies is a very interesting idea. I wonder if I have a vacation home that I could actually just go ahead and visit. Maybe try adding Cherry as a roommate. So let me quickly check it out. Here are all of the houses we have been working for quite some time now. And apparently I totally forgot about Vivian's house, which if you did see about there, is not yet decorated. It is something I do have to work on before I completely forget about it. But of course, before I agree to her, I will check out what idea Bob has to see if he can be added as a roommate. Alright, these two have elegant, which is an interesting idea. Construction job site is definitely a boring thing and I wouldn't do it. But Bob here is pretty nice. He actually has the idea of flowers and gardening. I think I can actually entertain this one. So let me check it out. I do have House of Green Furnitures, which I think is pretty good. I do have a couple of other houses which already have roommates, so I don't really want to mess it up. But let me quickly go ahead and go into the House of Green Furnitures and visit Azelea here. Hopefully she entertains having Bob in her house. I'm also hoping that Azalea's house can be remodeled today. I think it's a one-bedroom home and definitely needs to be completely remodeled, especially since the room is pretty small. I think this was one of those houses that I did create initially when I started the DLC, where we did have limited items. So definitely a really good chance for me to go ahead and work on this house. Let me quickly go ahead and make some changes. Ooh, she did give me a carpet, which I think is the one that we did use on her house. I think that is pretty cool. As for the vacation house, let me go ahead and add a new roommate for Azelea here. She's definitely one of my cutest villagers. So happy to have her here, and I really love her design. The idea for this vacation house was really good. Anyway, here we are back in the office island, or the main island. We definitely need to go ahead and talk to Bob. Hopefully he is sitting exactly where we saw him before. I was wondering if the others could be added. There is still a doubt on my mind whether we can actually have two animals who would disagree with each other, which is something I'm definitely interested in. But Bob was not where he sat. He is right here, so I'm quickly going to talk to him. He's usually pretty chill, so I think he will agree to go ahead and live with Azelea. Let me know in the comment section if there was a scenario where the animal that you did choose as a roommate actually did not agree with your decision. If that happened, I would definitely love to try that out because I've never seen that happen in my game. Maybe this is just me hoping that that is an option. Anyway, here they are, and I think they will, as usual, agree. I'm actually pretty excited on decorating this house just because of the fact that we had only a single room, which we can actually now convert into a one-bedroom or two-floor room house. In this case, I did want to have two different floors, so we are gonna go with that. Anyway, I am super excited. Let me quickly go ahead and change the interior. As for the exterior of the house, I think it's still pretty good. I might end up adding a couple of flowers just because Bob was asking for some. But as for the exterior, it looks amazing and I really do not want to make any more changes than how it is. If I personally have a vacation house, I think this is how it would look. I would love to have a lot of plants and trees around my house and have items that could kind of coordinate with it. But let me quickly make some changes for the interior. So here it is. This is the new house. It does have a bathroom, a small kitchen area where people can sit down and eat, a sofa and a TV behind this tent, and one single bedroom. The bedroom will be shared by both of these animals as it does have two beds over there. I also need to design the upstairs, which I'll quickly do, but the downstairs looks so much better. As for the upstairs, here it is. We have a huge kitchen. I think you might have seen this one implemented in one of my other animal houses. This is definitely one of my favorite idea and I really wanted to try it out with a green color, so I went for it right here. Anyway, that is on remodeling Azalea's house and adding Bob. I'm going to quickly go ahead and let them, I guess, have a preview of this house and we can move on. As for the name of the house, I think this one is still pretty fine. It is definitely a house with green furnitures, other than a couple of them, but we can ignore those. Anyway, here is the preview. Go ahead and enjoy this one. There we go, that was definitely a beautiful preview. I really like seeing these previews for each of these houses. It does give us a unique angle for a couple of photos that we usually won't get to take in our normal photo app. So definitely very helpful. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead quickly select a photo out of the two that I do have. I really wish they would let us have more photos than just two, because that would have been really helpful. But for now, I think we just have to select the best of two. Anyway, now that we are done with this, I think it's time for me to head back to the office and see what happens with the storyline. Here we are. We do have Lottie giving us some Poki for remodeling the house, which I think in this case is pretty high. It might be because I also added a roommate. But otherwise, if you just do remodeling, she gives you 7,000 Poki. Either way, let me head out and see who else we can actually talk to. While running around the beach, I actually saw Renee, who I didn't see initially. I have no idea how I completely did not see her, especially with her color being like purple. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and entertain her, give her a vacation house. This time I definitely wanted to try out an idea of my own instead of implementing hers, so I'm going with that. Since we don't really have her idea, we can directly go ahead and select a location for her house, which I think I do have to see. Most of the good locations that I really like have been used. Other than this desert location, for some reason I never got an animal with a desert location idea, so I've never created anything there. Might have to look out. Alright, I do have a couple of areas like this one in middle of a lake, which is pretty unique. I've kept them for specific ideas on specific animals. But now that we know that we can actually go ahead and have multiple houses on the same location, I think I'm good with giving this location to Renee here. Either way, it will be pretty interesting to see what items are available in her catalog and what I can actually do with this location. It does have a fairly large, I guess, outdoors. So I do have a lot of new ideas to try out. So I'll quickly go ahead and work on that right here. Alright, so here it is. This is the exterior. I have kept a lot of construction items, even though I did say I wouldn't. Unfortunately, in Renee's catalog, there are a lot of construction items, so I actually ended up using a couple of them. As for the season, I think spring one is good. I did try out the summer season, but if I do that, then I do miss out the real special tree for the cherry season, which is really not available in the catalog. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to that. As for the interior, I'm gonna quickly go ahead and work out on that as well. Hopefully it will look as good as this exterior right here. Now, true to the theme, I did go with the construction site interior for this house. Even though I was a bit apprehensive in the beginning, I think this house turned out pretty good. It's not really the best house designs that I've done till now. That one would definitely go with Renee's house, or it would go with the recent houses of Marina and Zell. But as for the construction idea, this is what I came up with. Let me know in the comment section if this house design is good, because I really like all of your feedback. I'm really trying to improve my interior designing in this one. Hopefully I'll be able to write it as a skill. Who knows? Anyway, here is a preview for the house. Go ahead and enjoy it. There we go, that is on the preview. Now that we have this, I think I did get some really good photos, so I'm gonna go ahead and select one of those. I'm really happy that I did tackle this idea, which I never thought I would. Now that I do have one house with construction idea, I might be able to go back and add a couple of other animals with the same idea into this house. And or maybe, try to create a new vacation house that is better than this one. Now that I think of it, I think there are a couple of items I could have used, but I'll wait for the catalog to grow a bit more before I try buying. Here I am back, and we have Tom Nook here. Surprising. Alright, let's see what he has to say. Lottie has caught me up on everything. You have been working hard, creating a lot of vacation homes. Yep, not too hard though. Dash is so helpful. So if only they could live here and work for me full time. Oh no. It seems like Tom Nook is finally panicking. After all, we are his biggest customers. We did buy a lot of items from him, especially with the house expansion and storage expansion. He definitely does not want to lose us. But jokes aside, let's see what he has to help us with. I would be surprised if there is anything that is left. Ooh, we do have a decent selection of furnitures, but we do need more. Alright. So I guess we will be able to now access the furniture that I have bought in our island over here as well, when we are trying to, I guess, remodel or redesign a house. That is pretty helpful, but I do have to say I'm looking for some of the items that are only available in this DLC, or items that I've never really bought yet. So hopefully I'll be able to get those. As for now, that is all what Tom Nook would be helping us with. Pretty cool. I wonder if we can actually invite him on the island, which would definitely be surprising if we could actually do. Anyway, there we go. Nook shopping items are going to be available for us as well. Pretty helpful. I kind of would disagree with Lottie right here, especially since I was also taken off guard by seeing Tom Nook here. I wasn't really expecting him, but he did definitely help us. We also do get a lot of Poki for, I guess, inviting a villager, which in this case is almost the same. By the way, if you are wondering, my goal is to get 30 clients. Once we do get 30 clients, we will then be able to get the storyline moving forward and have a huge party. So that is my goal. As for today, it is not over yet. I'm not going to be entertaining Cherry, sadly, because I really have no idea what to do with just smoothies. I mean, I guess I could have a house which has all types of smoothies only available, but that is not a really good idea. So I did decide to go ahead and talk to Dottie here. Her idea is a bit unfortunate because I really just had a house that was available with all green furnitures, and she wanted to have green stuff all around her. I guess Azelea and Dottie would have been a really good pair as well. But since that house is no more available, I'm looking out for another house that might be helpful. In this case, I think Chester's house right here would be the fix. Although at some point, if any other animal comes up with a bamboo idea, I'll definitely come back and switch up Dottie as well as Bob. Maybe I'll give Bob a garden house and then have Dottie go ahead and be a roommate with Azelea. Anyway, as for Chester here, he does have a really cool exterior of the house, but I think his interior once again has only one room. There are a couple more houses that are the same. I think Eloise's house is also pretty small. Unfortunately, she is the only one who had a library idea, so I'm still waiting for an animal with the same idea before I do remodel her house. For now, let me quickly go ahead and talk to Dottie right here. There we go. Hopefully she does agree. Ooh, I did not realize that Dottie would have red eyes. Now that was definitely a bit scary. Kind of looked like she was possessed for a minute. But anyway, here they are. I think they are kind of agreeing with each other. So I will be able to go ahead and work on their house. Alright. Let me go ahead and work on it. We definitely do need a second floor. Just because of how the first floor has been designed. The upstairs might completely be given up to Dottie, and she could have her own individual vacation house. That way it would look so much better. Anyway, as far as the exterior goes, I'm gonna leave it as it is. It looks so cute, and all the bamboos make it look so much better. So this is what is gonna be for the exterior. Let me quickly go ahead and make some changes on the interior before I show it to you all. Now this is a very simple design. I did go with a very small room as the down floor is also pretty small. This is an individual house and it is gonna belong to Dottie. All of the furnitures are once again red, even though she did say she needs green furniture. Just because I was going with the same design that the downstairs did have. Now that we do have this ready, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the name as it is. I think the name is still pretty good. It is a bamboo garden, regardless of how the interior of the house looks. As per the preview, here it is. Let me know how the house looks. there we go. I did try a couple different photos just because I was so not satisfied with the previous ones. But now that we do have a really good photo, I think I'll be able to go ahead and select it. Alright. Ooh, seems like Lottie is already cooking up some food, which is pretty cool to see. As for now, let me quickly select the photo. Here it is. I think Chester looks so cute in this one, so I'm gonna select it. But there we go. We have added Lottie here onto our new vacation house. I definitely have to come back to a couple of these houses and make some more changes. But of course, for now, this is all. Hopefully, all of you like the house as much as I did. Here we are. As usual, we do get our 15,000 Poki. It is so easier to make more Poki in this game. But of course, I am finished for today. In the next episode, we are gonna go ahead and complete the storyline. At least I'm hoping for that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't, please consider subscribing to my channel as it does help me a lot. If you'd like to support me more in Patreon, check out the links in my description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.